up to her with a cup of hops in my hand. Piece of rock candy in my coat pocket, man, I knew she'd understand. I said, hey, would you like to take a tumble with me? No reason why not, as far as I can see. Beverly, Brontosaurus, heavenly, what was in store for us? I took her for a ride, man, you didn't have to go too far. I took my best wish and I put it on a falling star. Then she said to me, are you ready for a big surprise? 2 weeks later, I was still hospitalized. Beverly, Brontosaurus, Beverly, cuss, Beverly, oh, come back to me, oh, Beverly, oh. It's hot, rats in the magma. It's so hot, waiting for it to cool. It's hot, cave goes swimming pool. It's so hot, I love it, love it. It's hot, I love it, love it. It's so hot, I love it, love it. It's hot, I love it, love it. It's so 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 hot.
He does. Oh yeah, definitely. The Hunger Games? Oh no. What? I haven't seen. How is it already in Met Gala time? I feel like this just happened. It's true.
And then look at puppies.
Yeah. There was a year where what's her name? Kylie Jenner wore just like some dress and a baseball cap. And then there was a time that, Kim Kardashian was just in like a
She
Link's
looked like a ring
shadow
wraith.
outfit.
Or no, she looked like a, what's the Potter thing? The
What do you call that?
the ghosts, the
um,
soul sucking ghosts.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Succubus?
let y'all just try to figure this one out.
My
It
heart
starts with a
wants to say,
D.
yeah, my heart wants to say
No,
but that's
no,
Stranger
that's a
Things.
Medusa.
It's a
Sorry, I was not paying attention. What are we trying to describe?
What are the soul sucker
shadowy-
ghosts in Harry
the soul
Potter?
sucker
Oh,
things
Dementors.
and
Dementor. I was
I
like,
got the gem
disruptor?
right.
Well, because
I could have helped. I just wanted to see how
That's
far this
fair.
would go.
well, because
That's
when
fair.
you said Potter, I literally thought like a person who makes pots. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Why would we bring that up?
I don't
He said-
know.
What if we, unless
said-
we're referencing ghosts, pottery never comes up on this podcast.
You
I
said
mean, we
Potter
were
and-
referencing ghosts.
Oh, that's true.
Are they ghosts?
Dementors? No.
Oh,
No.
what are they?
They are
Floating demon?
they're like spectral beings who have the ability to suck your soul out, but they're not ghosts.
Like they were never human. It's not like the soul
No,
like trapped in some other demi-plane. All right.
no.
Not
It,
that
on.
I'm aware of.
it is just a thing that
There's-
a boggart can turn into.
They're soul
what, Ken?
suckers. There's nothing they can't do.
A boggart.
Yes, a
What's a-
boggart. No,
It's
fuck
a
a
you have to
shape-shifting.
just read the books or watch the.
Bitch, you know
movies,
I ain't
like-
reading shit. Come on.
It's a shape-shifting creature that
Yeah.
we don't know what it actually looks like because it always shape-shifts into your fear.
Yeah, so when
Oh,
Professor
I remember
Lupin
that
saw it, it
scene.
turned into a moon. And he's like, "Oh no!" And everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then we find out later.
That Professor Lupine was a wolf?
Lupin.
Whatever.
Well, one sounds stupid and the other is correct.
And the other one's Lupine.
Lupine.
Yeah, Lupine the Third. I love those
I
animes.
always called him
We
Lupin
want-
because of Lupin the Third.
I don't know what to say. I'm gonna look up this Met Gala thing so I can have an opinion.
So boggarts can turn into dementors, but nothing else does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
What a
because
boggart
Dementors are
is.
just things that exist in that world, and boggarts are just shapeshifters that turn into your worst nightmare, your worst fear.
but
Whoever's like
boggarts
Oh no,
guarding
this
them turns into their
boggart
worst
don't
fear.
look like. This boggart looks like a cross between what is that character? Is it Smeagol?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
one. That's a
Smeagol?
character.
Well, it looks a cross between Smeagol and
Should about show us Dobby, huh?
Brain or Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Which one's the stubby one?
Brain.
Yeah, then it looks like a mix between Brain and Smeagol.
My favorite boggart, though, is Humphrey Bogart. I just wanted to say that. It's been rolling around in the back of my head.
My favorite boggart is the guy that gives you boiled prawns in Elden Ring.
Get
I'm also a big fan of the fuzzy, long-snouted boggart that jumps on the cubes in the old Atari game.
Cubert?
Cubert Boggart? That's close, right?
No.
Oh, come on. Can I get
Close at
partial credit?
all. This is
Can I
very
get partial
hot.
credit?
Ow, that's very hot.
it can be a what is
What'd you
it?
have in there, champ?
It's just
A
tea.
dial. A
Nice.
dial. Oh, I messed up. That's why I was late. So I made chamomile tea, and then I still had
Chamomile?
some honeycomb,
You're gonna
and
be so sleepy.
I stupidly thought to just put a little cube of of the honeycomb in there, and then it melted, and then it just looked like I had oil in my chamomile. So then I was like, I did that.
Did you
that-
stir it?
I did, but it was oily. So then I did that thing with like a cold
Oil
spoon
and water.
or
Classically
an
never
ice
mixed.
cube. So I threw some ice cubes in there, and then it
Mm.
all the wax attached to it, and then I pulled that out, and then I put it through a strainer, and I had half a mind to just throw it out and start fresh, but I already committed.
So this
Was it-
weekend was especially eventful for a nerd like me.
Yeah.
And that is because two big things happened. One, a game that I love very much and is going to be my most played game of the year, basically died over the weekend. And then it
Oh,
came back on
no.
Monday. And that game is
Okay.
Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
I will only speak about this briefly, Leland.
We'll do it quickly. Lily.
Basically, Sony on a Thursday afternoon at around 5:30 p.m., they decided to put out a statement only on Steam saying that anyone who plays Helldivers 2 on Steam will have to create a PSN account. On its surface, nothing too bad about that. I've already linked my PC account to the PlayStation Network. I have a PlayStation account, and that's my main account anyway. I mean, PlayStation's right there. All these things. But the problem with that specific policy was that 177 countries would have been barred from playing the game. Now, this is 177 countries who have the ability to buy the game on Steam and play it right now. So if Sony had continued with this policy, those 177 people would not be able to play the game that they paid money for.
Oh, that's bad.
And fuck that shit. And that's what all Helldivers said. And we fucked that shit. And Sony's like, I'm sorry, we're not going to do this. And we won. Helldivers won. Helldivers win. That's what we do.
Come back on Monday. Sony's just walking into the community multi-dimensional episode where the room is on fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Because in the course of 48 hours, Helldivers 2 received about 250,000 negative reviews on Steam.
Fuck.
Now, Sony doesn't normally pay attention to these sorts of things. They don't really pay attention to their PC community in general, but they're trying to now because they're trying to get a foothold in PC gaming. So when 250,000 reviews went up for their best-selling multiplayer game, you're goddamn right someone paid attention at Sony.
Well, so when Cyberpunk came out,
Yes.
they were favoring the Sony crowd because the PC crowd, that game worked good enough, right?
When Cyberpunk came out,
Because they were giving refunds and doing kind of unprecedented shit back then.
Oh yeah, no. So Sony was helping out their community, the PlayStation 4 community.
Yeah.
Because on PS4, Cyberpunk was unplayable. Whereas on PC, you could get it working. I played Cyberpunk entirely on PC. I had a great fucking time because I have a great computer that was able to run it. But most people did not have that kind of hardware, and it took a very long time for Cyberpunk to actually get to a very, very stable point on both PC and on console. Now everything's good. Play Phantom Liberty. I hear it's fantastic. My boss tells me about it all the time, so I think it's good.
Phantom Liberty came out like 6 months ago or something. That was like last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. And it's apparently amazing. So I'll get to that eventually. The other thing that happened this weekend.
What happened?
Is a once in a generation type of thing. We had the greatest rap beef of all time happen over the weekend between one Aubrey Drake Graham and one Kendrick Lamar. Now, anyone who knows me, you know which side I'm on. But I will say, Drake and Kendrick both put out some really good tracks. And then one person in particular put out some really bad tracks. One of those tracks used the AI voice of Tupac Shakur and Snoop Doggy Dogg to diss Kendrick Lamar. This, of course, was Drake. And that was a problem. And Kendrick made sure to let Drake know he shouldn't be doing things like he's been doing.
Like it's one thing to like do Tupac.
Yeah.
Bad taste should never be done. AI is also should not exist in the art world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Snoop is alive and has his own opinion.
Yeah.
And you just
you
decided to put words
stuff.
into his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
What
weird.
a fucked up, like nobody was like, Drake, we probably shouldn't do something like this.
It's wild to me that no one told him not to do it.
Yeah.
So
Calvin's gonna sue everybody.
So I'll be honest. From that moment, Drake lost to me. Just he lost instantly.
Huge fumble.
But then Kendrick responded, and then Kendrick responded, and then Drake responded, and then Kendrick responded.
I'm not gonna lie. I did this listen last night, Like it was like right before bed. I was like, I'm gonna just sit and listen to. Well, I listened all the way up until Drake's last.
The Heart
Dis-
Part 6.
Yeah, the Heart Part 6. But I listened to a lot of it, and I was that person in the room who was going, "Ooh, man, that sucks. Yikes! I don't want to." Yeah, I think if you're gonna talk shit, know who you're talking shit to, and you know,
There,
I don't know.
there was a
I'm just
comment
saying,
about the
be
whole.
careful.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say and who you fuck with, because yeah, they got a lot to
There was
say.
a comment that really summed the whole thing up to me, and it was just that the second Kendrick put out a video of himself in a park listening to old school R&B, fully clothed, doing jail workouts, it was at that moment any other black person from America would say, "Don't fuck with that man." But Drake ain't from America.
Rich is just in the park doing push-ups.
Kendrick was doing jail workouts, fully clothed, listening to R&B in a park.
Jeans.
Like, yeah, he was. I'm like,
Yeah.
there are just some people in this world that you just do not fuck with.
With. Yeah,
And
you
Kendrick is
stay
one of those
in your
people.
lane. You shut
just love
up.
that
You
these
don't
two
say
boys-
shit. You walk away.
I
You
just love
know?
that these two boys are writing poetry at each other,
is,
and
yeah.
the world is watching.
It's really fucking funny that you have two grown-ass men writing poetry back and forth to
Yeah.
each other
They gotta
aggressively.
come up with rhymes. They need these words to rhyme. There's a specific format.
They need the
And they are
cadence.
putting so much. Yeah, they're putting so much intellectual work into being mean to each other.
And I'll say one of them was very effective at it.
Yeah, one of them was very
Kendrick was fucking
mean,
amazing.
but didn't have to like. He didn't have to say much. He said enough.
Yeah.
Drake can make a pop banger, but Kendrick fucking like weaves words
And
like
that
almost nobody in this
Mhm.
generation.
And that is the difference. Drake is a pop star who raps. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. Period. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. This is what he does, and he does it extremely well. He does it the best out of anyone else in the business today, bar none. Maybe Lupe, but Lupe is a different story. I would love to see Kendrick and Lupe go back and forth. That would be amazing.
I don't know nobody having that conversation.
Yeah, no, because everybody knows Lupe crazy, just like Kendrick crazy. Like, at
That little skateboard kid is crazy.
at Coachella when Lupe was doing his set, you know, Tyler the creator was there and they're all having fun and everything. Lupe was like, "I'll battle rap any motherfucker right now," staring directly at Tyler. I'll battle Tyler. I'll battle everybody. Just bring it. And he continued rapping and doing his thing. Like no
What's wrong
one
with
is
Lupe?
going
He's
to
like a
accept
nice
that challenge.
boy. Is he really that good?
Lupe, yes, Lupe is fucking amazing. He is so good.
I admittedly have not listened to a lot of Lupe stuff.
Lupe is definitely in my top 5 for sure.
Right
Right next
Right
to
on.
Kendrick.
Right on.
But yeah, I will say, Family Matters, Drake's diss track to Kendrick and a couple of other people, which is part of the problem why I think Drake lost, because he kept doing side quests when he should be focusing on the main objective.
Yeah.
Family Matters is a pretty good track. I liked listening to it. I'm never gonna listen to it again because I'm just not a Drake fan. And
Yeah.
the biggest reason for that is I don't like it when Drake pretends to be hard.
Yeah.
Because
very
Drake is not
obvious.
hard. We all know Drake is not hard, but he fronts and pretends that he is hard, and he's just fucking not. And that's honestly my biggest issue with him. People are saying, "Oh, Kendrick's being colorist. He's saying stuff about Drake because he's a mixed boy." As a mixed boy myself, I can tell you, Kendrick is a better rapper, and that Drake needs to stay more in his lane and stop fucking messaging young girls. Stop messaging the teenagers, Drake.
It's weird.
Is he still getting outed for shit like that?
Brings me to the Heart Part 6.
Oh.
Okay.
One of his phrases was that what was it? He doesn't look at
I don't look at a teenager twice.
I don't look at a teenager twice. And I was like, you shouldn't even look at them once. Why
Yeah,
would
bro.
you say that into
Get out
existence?
here
And then he
Fuck.
said he's too
burying
famous.
yourself.
He's too famous to be a pedophile. Those are his words.
He
And I was
he
like,
literally says.
I don't.
He
that
literally
has
says, if I'm a
anything to do
pedophile, I
with it."
promise you I would have been arrested, but I'm
Yeah.
too rich to be doing these things.
I'm
It's
like,
just
you
like,
shouldn't.
the fuck do you mean?
I heard that
I
on my
think Jeffrey Combs would argue against
I
that.
decided before I went to work today, I was just gonna play it so I could just get two things done. Listen to this uninterrupted and get to work. And those things stuck out so much where I was like, oh, you're too famous to do things wrong? Oh, if you were, you would have, what is it? You would have gotten caught
Yeah.
by now or some shit. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't think you should be saying that. And then
You
on top
shouldn't.
of that, he was like, what is it? Something about like
I'm into dating
fucking
Whitney's.
with Whitney's, not I'm into dating Whitney's and not Billy Bobby Brown. And I was
Millie
like,
Bobby
no
Brown.
one.
It's just like,
Millie Bobby
why
Brown.
did you even
And I
drop
was like,
her name,
why did
dude?
you? Yeah, why'd you drop her name?
Nobody
That
said
was
her
another
name until
thing.
you did.
Yeah.
Also rude.
There was so many name drops. Like we heard
But
Whitney.
wait.
We heard Taylor Swift. We heard
Yeah,
Swifties.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just
So-
a lot of name dropping.
But the
I'm
main
like,
reason why
alright.
he even dropped Millie Bobby Brown's name is because when Millie Bobby Brown was 14 years old, Drake was texting Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
on an interview. She goes, "Oh yeah, me and Drake's text, or is it me and Drake text all the time, and he gives me advice on boys." And I'm like, I don't think
You
should
know,
be giving
you know who was
any
also
advice.
underage and admitted to texting Drake also? Billie Eilish. So
Oh,
Drake has a track record.
yeah,
And like Eve like
and to Kylie's 16th birthday,
he went to
gave her a
Kylie's
kiss on the cheek
Uh,
as a 27-year-old man.
he just affiliates too much with teenage girls. Like
It's weird.
the second I left high school, I never thought again, oh, I should text that girl that's who's in high school. I've never thought that.
Yeah,
Like
you fucking move on. you don't do that. It's
It-
weird.
yeah, like okay. So Kendrick drops
Drake.
yeah, Kendrick drops 2 tracks in a row, and then Drake comes out with Family Matters. And then 30 minutes later, Kendrick Lamar responds to Family Matters with Meet the Grams.
Oh, that's so hard. I think I heard that 3 times already, but it's
I
just
only
like,
listened
oh,
to the one Infinity or
Euphoria?
Euphoria.
Yeah.
Euphoria.
So
It popped up on my
yeah.
I didn't even know this was happening.
You just stumbled upon.
I just
and
I
then
go
heard
on
it.
Spotify. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the Kendrick's got a new track out." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'll check this out." And I listen to it. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. This is very specific.
Yep.
Oh, this
Calling out
continues to be
you.
very this continues to be very specific." And then this is 3.5 minutes about a single person that I know who it is. I'm like, holy shit.
and then
He is
Euphoria goes on
mad.
for another 3 minutes. It is a 6-minute song.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Like
Then,
okay,
then I go to Twitter. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they mad at each
Yeah.
other.
okay,
Yeah,
let me let
absolutely.
me like rewind a little bit. So back in like 2013, Big Sean was coming out with an album, right? And on that album, he had a song called Control. Now, this song never actually made it to the album, but it got leaked online. In the Control song, Kendrick has one verse on that song. On that song, he calls out a bunch of the rappers that are in the game. He's saying, I got love for y'all, but I'm trying to murder you motherfuckers because I'm the greatest rapper of all time. That's basically what Kendrick says. This is in
Is
2013.
that pre To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yes.
2013?
Yeah, because the Pimp a Butterfly was 2015, I want to say.
Yeah.
So yeah. So fast forward to about like a month or two ago, Future and Metro Boomin, they have a collaboration album called We Don't Trust You. And one of the songs on that album is called Like That, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has a 40-second verse on that track. And he basically says, fuck the big 3, there's only Big Me. Now, the big 3 in hip hop today is widely considered Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake. Kendrick disagrees. It's just Kendrick, and he's kind of right. Anyway,
Yeah.
so in
I don't know if I've
response,
ever listened to J. Cole.
he's really good. J. Cole's very
Okay.
chill. He's
I've heard
he's
a
a
few songs.
extremely good rapper. I really like J. Cole a lot.
I keep thinking of him as R&B, and R&B just doesn't interest me.
fair. He's not R&B. He's straight rap.
Okay, all right.
like
I'll
Yeah.
give it a shot someday.
Yeah, I would recommend J. Cole. He's very good. So the Like That track comes out. J. Cole, was coming out with an album, and he dropped a track called 7 Minute Drill. And 7 Minute Drill, it's him and his producer who in 7 minutes they created a beat, and then J. Cole rapped over that beat in 7 minutes. He came up with the rap in 7 minutes, and it was fucking weak as shit. So 2 days later, during J. Cole's Dreamville music festival, this is J. Cole's music festival that he started and runs. He's the headliner, and he comes out and he goes like, "Hey guys, y'all hear that Like That track? Yeah, did you hear 7 Minute Drill? Yeah, 7 Minute Drill was fucking whack. I apologize, Kendrick. I am sorry. I retract that track," and he deleted it off the internet. So then, a couple days later, Drake comes out with a track called Push Ups. In that, Drake disses a bunch of people, including Kendrick Lamar, who he says, "You're wearing size 7, you're
Oh.
short," basically.
Yeah.
Yes, Anthony.
I'm catching on to a trend. Is Drake just like a perpetual line stepper?
Yes, he's a habitual
Yeah.
line stepper.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
There's
it.
like a
Okay.
whole TikTok that I think Jordan sent me that was like
Probably.
5 minutes explaining all like a big majority of all the shit he's done
Yeah,
and like messes with.
yeah.
And he consistently is that guy who fucks with things.
Yep.
Like,
he's a habitual
oh,
line
that's
stepper.
your girl? I want that girl. And then he messes with that girl, and then bridge burned. And
Yeah.
then you got a friend? I want to meet your friend. Bridge burned. He
The
just
fuck down,
keeps
Audrey.
doing shit, and then he keeps fucking it up.
Yeah.
And then he's just, yeah.
To me, Drake is the type of dude where he's just never satisfied. He always wants what other people have. And to me, that's probably because there's something in him that's missing. That's why he's trying to fill these things. But anyway,
They're
so
all broken.
yeah. So Push Ups comes out. And then like that weekend, Drake also drops the Tailor Made freestyle. That is the freestyle where he used AI to make his voice sound like Tupac and Snoop Dogg. And then at the end, and then the third verse where it's just Drake, he says, "Oh, you're probably not going to drop this week, because you're making room for Taylor Swift, because the Tortured Poets Society like department like just dropped that day too." So it's like you're not going to drop anything because Taylor's here. You know, you're making room for her. So. And also, he also says something like, "Oh, make sure you make a song for the Swifties," something like that. Anyway, next week comes along. It's like a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday when Euphoria drops. Also Drake says something like, "Do a quadruple entendre" or something. Anyway, Euphoria comes out. Now, in Euphoria, that is Kendrick's first diss track directed at Drake. Euphoria is in itself a double entendre because Drake is an executive producer of the show Euphoria. Euphoria is a show about sexualized teenagers. Yeah, so there's that. The track goes in. Euphoria is ostensibly a warning shot to Drake. Like,
Fuck.
I can say some shit to you, but I'm not gonna
He
double
does.
down
He
on
keeps
some of these
threatening
things.
that he's gonna say something,
Yeah.
but he's holding back.
Yes.
And then there's like
Something
4
about, like,
more tracks.
Keep
Oh, yeah.
talking and I'll speak the truth about you
Yeah.
or some shit. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't
And
taunt
then-
him.
and
Just give up. Just lay down.
I recommend everyone re-listen to the beginning of Euphoria because Kendrick lays out exactly what Drake is gonna do in the next few days. He says, yeah, I can predict your whole thing. You listen to Mr. Morale, which is Kendrick's most latest album, which came out in like 2022. He's like, you're gonna listen to Mr. Morale and you're gonna fabricate some stories about my family. Like, and that's literally what Drake does with Family Matters. Also in Euphoria,
He does the bee rabbit, like, lay everything out.
and that's the thing. Yes, Kendrick bared his soul in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers 2 years ago. Like he talked about all the shit that Drake brings up 2 years ago. Which just makes Drake look dumb in that sense. But anyway, in Euphoria, Kendrick also mentions I just lost my train of thought. 1 second.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Talking about Mr. Morale.
Yeah, so it's just a warning shot to Drake. Like he says some things like, I make music to electrify them. You make music to pacify them. I could double down on that, but I'm not going to call that a random act of kindness.
Yeah.
So he puts the song out, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, the beef is on." And then 2 days later, Kendrick comes out with a second track called 616 in LA. Now this song is a direct threat to Drake. Like, you need to not say shit, because you
Don't
think
fuck with
OVO
me.
is Drake's like label, is his camp. He's like, you think OVO belongs to you? How do you know OVO don't belong to me? I know people in your crew. You have 100 people in your crew. 20 of them don't fuck with you. 2 of them are too tied to your lifestyle, so they're kind of stuck. 1 of them can touch you right now. Like,
Yeah.
he's saying there's someone there feeding me
There's a
information
mole,
about
right?
you.
Yeah, there's a mole.
So watch out. Like, just watch what you do. So Drake comes out with Family Matters.
This is rolling out like a Shakespeare play.
It is.
It's nuts.
So then on Friday, yeah, it's like Friday afternoon at Friday night, Drake comes out with Family Matters. And in it, yeah, he's saying, "Oh, Kendrick, this is my red button. You beat your wife. You beat your wife. You don't even see her for like 6 months. You guys are separated. You're trying to be all Mr. Morale and shit. But what you doing? Put your hands on your wife and all these things." That's the biggest claim from Family Matters. 30 minutes later, before anyone has time to really sit with Family
To
Matters,
hear anything?
Meet the Grams comes out, which is
Ooh.
Kendrick's. This is Kendrick's nuke against Drake, and in it, Kendrick is basically reading out letters to different members of Drake's family. Starting with Drake's son, Adonis, who, let me rewind back to this is in 2018 or 2019, when Drake had a beef with one Pusha T of Clips. And Pusha T put out a track called The Story of Adidon. In that track, Pusha T reveals the fact that Drake has a son and Drake is a deadbeat who does not do anything with his son. So Pusha T rapped so hard that Drake had to be a father. That's basically what happened. So then Meet the Grams comes out, and Kendrick's saying, "Yo, Adonis, I apologize that man is your father. Like, that, it sucks that he's your dad.
Yeah.
I wish his granddad wore a condom." He says all these things. He talks to Drake's mom. He talks to Drake's dad, and then he goes, "Baby girl," and he starts talking about it. Everyone's like, "Baby girl, what are you talking about?" And he's talking, your father out here doing all these things. He's not going, instead of watching Frozen with you, all these things. The allegation being that Drake has a daughter somewhere out there that he's also a deadbeat to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, there was one line. What was it? It was like, something. If you start question, I forgot the exact line, but it's pretty much saying, listen to this again when you're 18.
Talking to Adonis.
And you'll have.
Yeah, if you don't understand
You'll
everything
know
you're hearing,
everything then.
listen to this again when you're 18.
For you to understand what's happening. And I was like, fuck.
when Kendrick is
That's
talking
rough.
to Sandra, Drake's mom, he's like, "Sandra, you want to sit down for this." And also speaking to Dennis, which is Drake's dad, he's like, You raised a disgusting human being, and I hope
Yeah.
he dies.
Oh, he says it clear as day,
He
and I was
said-
just like, "Dang, that's rough." He straight up said, something, yeah, something along the lines as "You should die," and I was like, "Okay, now we're
Like,
getting too
yeah,
crazy."
because he
I
says
was
he's
like,
a fucking
"Oh, God."
pervert. He's doing
Yeah.
all these things. LeBron, Steph Curry, keep your families away from Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who's seen associated with Drake, they'd be looking at you weird because like, why you hanging out with Drake?
Yeah,
Like, ugh. Like,
it was a whole thing.
and Kendrick basically ends the song with saying, "You're not in a rap battle. You're not in a rap battle against 20 people. You're in a rap battle against yourself.
Yeah,
You're in a
against
battle for life
yourself.
against yourself." Like the whole thing with Meet the Gramps, it feels like Kendrick is staging an intervention for
Yeah.
Drake. He's trying to save the soul of Drake. And then the next day,
God, I want
Kendrick-
this anime.
Kendrick
Oh.
comes out with Not Like Us.
Oh yeah.
And Not
Yeah.
Like Us is going to be the song of the summer, at least on the West Coast. And yeah, so
Somebody
Kendrick,
send me a playlist of all
Oh,
this,
Jordan has
like
it locked.
in chronological order.
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to
I'll,
listen to this in chronological order.
yeah, I'll send all these things out.
I did
that'd
that
be
all last
fun.
night.
Yeah, it's like there a lot. There's a lot of great tracks. Meet the Grams is just very sad because it's like,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
It has a very catchy like melody though. The
Like
dun 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 dun. Yeah.
it's
that thing
it's
is-
Meet the Grams is like is it sounds like Light Yagami is explaining how he just murdered you. that's what Meet the Grams sounds like. So Not Like Us comes out. It's a fucking banger, dude. It is so good. But in it, again, Kendrick is directly calling out Drake and OVO in general. Like Baka, who is someone in OVO, he was literally arrested and went to jail for sexual assault. He is in Drake's crew. Literally arrested. He went to jail. All that stuff. Anyway, he
Like
says,
Titan the Crew.
yeah.
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 Mm.
Everyone's just like, fuck, why are you still hanging out with this guy who was arrested for sexual assault, man? Like, it's not a good look. But Kendrick points out, like, hey, people like that, they kind of flock together. The album art for Not Like Us, it's Drake's house,
Oh,
but from the
with
perspective
all-
of a sexual predator
like a Megan's
registry.
Law registry.
Like
So-
like a Megan's Law thing.
yeah, like a Megan's
so there's
Law
a
with
bunch
all the
of there's a
red
bunch of
tags
dots, a bunch of red tags on Drake's house, meaning
on
there's
his
a bunch of
pants.
those
Jesus.
dudes there who we shouldn't be with. It is such a funny track because you'll be dancing to it and the lines certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
You in the
Uh,
club like what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and but the best line in that whole song, you know the one, Steph. Let me get the
I
exact
can't.
Yeah, you know the one,
lyrics.
Steph. Come on, Spitfire for us.
No, I can't.
Come on, spit hot fire.
I can't spit hot
You
fire.
Dylon proud.
I'm not Dylon. I'm not Dylon or Dylon or Dylon. No,
Oh, there you
I
go.
don't spit hot fire.
Wop wop wop. I'm gonna do my stuff. Wop wop. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Yeah, and he says it in that tone, and I was like, "Oh God, just give up, Drake. Just
But I
Just
don't think he
wait.
will. Like, I don't know
No.
Drake. I don't know.
So-
Like, I don't even know him as like a celebrity. Really, I have
Yeah.
a very passing understanding of who Drake is.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
like, everything tells me he will not stop. He will continue to step up and get beat down repeatedly until he feels he has some sort of victory, and he'll just grasp onto that, even if everyone else in the community knows it's like not valid.
Yeah. Steph.
the audacity at the end of his last diss track to be like, "This was a good exercise."
Oh,
and you
Steph,
know-
Steph, I'm getting to it.
Okay, sorry. Sorry,
Um,
spoiler.
So in
Jordan's
all
not done.
yeah, in a lot of these tracks, so Drake has said like he's like one hit away from being the next Michael Jackson, having as many hits as Michael Jackson.
It's
So
very,
so
very bold of him to say.
I forgot which track it was, but Kendrick is just like, yeah, you're Michael Jackson, but I'm Prince, and who outlived who outlived Michael Jackson? Prince did, like, which is basically what Kendrick was saying. But yeah, so Not Like Us comes out, and everyone's just fucking banger. So Sunday comes along. On Sunday, Drake comes out with a song called "The Heart Part 6." I will say, brilliant fucking move to name that song "The Heart Part 6" because it is basically
Doesn't that just follow the first 5 parts?
well, no, because Kendrick Lamar has a series of songs called "The Heart." And The Heart always drops out right before a Kendrick Lamar album. So on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, The Heart Part 5 came out. So likely when Kendrick drops a new album, The Heart Part 6 will come out. But Drake took the name The Heart Part 6 and put out, in my opinion, the worst track of this entire beef. And this is the track in which Drake says, if I was a pedophile, I promise you I would have been arrested by now.
Yeah.
I'm too rich to be doing things like this. Like,
Which is then, yeah.
and it's just like, no. And then my favorite part is that he goes, whoever fed you the line about my daughter is a clown.
Oh.
2 lines later, I masterminded the whole thing. Whoever fed you the information is a clown. By the way, I fed you the information.
Yeah.
I don't want to beef with you anymore, Kendrick. You're a woman beater. This is only feed your nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you
Drake,
just
you need a nap.
Did you just call yourself a woman in this situation? like, and then, yeah, like he says all these things. Then he gets to the end, and
Yeah.
Drake is just talking at the end.
He's talking. He's having a real moment. Like, that's the part that threw me off because
Yeah.
during my drive, here was the song. The song ended, and then he just started fucking talking. And he starts talking about, like, you know,
Oh, it's a
like,
good exercise. Now I finally got to
like
get
this is
the
a good
pen out,
exercise. This beef actually kind of brought out the creativity, and he's happy that he influenced
that he made Kendrick like start rapping
motivated.
again. He
Oh,
motivated
that
he
he
him
made
to
Kendrick
rap
better.
again,
motivated
yeah.
Kendrick to start rapping again, and I was like, how did this turn around back on you? Like, I don't
Yeah.
fucking get this.
But yeah, the entire track is basically Drake saying, no, no, I'm not a pedophile. No, no. That's basically what the Heart Part 6 is. It's bad. It is not good.
Yeah.
I'm
and
curious.
that's where all the tracks stopped.
Yeah.
So
for now.
For now.
But there's that BBL song that you kept
So
talking about.
okay. So in Family Matters, Drake says to Metro Boomin, who is a producer, you know, he's the one who produced Like That with Future, and you know Kendrick was a feature on that. In Family Matters, Drake says, Metro Boomin, shut up, just shut up and just play some drums. So Metro Boomin played some drums and made a fantastic fucking beat called BBL Drizzy. And when I tell you,
today. I don't know
BBL
why.
Drizzy has been stuck in my head for so
That
goddamn
song.
long.
Yeah.
BBL
Jordan was
Drizzy.
like, yeah, like I listened to it and I was like, I don't get it. Where's the diss? Because I was literally, I've heard all these raps of
Yeah.
like everyone dissing each other. That when I heard that song, I was like, this song sounds great. There's no issues. I don't know where the problem is.
So-
and then
Metro Boomin put out this beat, BBL Drizzy, and then he said, anybody who could make a fucking fire verse out of this beat, you know, you'll get $10,000. So now there are people from around the world rapping about how much they hate Drake in different languages to the beat of BBL Drizzy, and it's amazing.
Christ.
I heard
I'm
a
curious.
Japanese one. I heard a French one. I heard
No, I haven't.
I heard one in Arabic.
I'm curious. Do you think what is the likelihood of this actually escalating beyond just diss tracks?
And
I
that
don't
brings
know.
us to today, where
Yeah,
someone
okay.
was shot
I'm-
in Drake's front yard.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Security.
fuck.
Security guard? I saw that on
It was a-
Philly
it was a
News. They said
security guard,
a
yeah.
security guard
But
got shot.
um
There's so many memes showing that Drake probably do you
shot
call
them
that?
all these things. But
like orchestrated it just to make more shit.
But 1 week ago, someone shot up the weekend's the weekend the singer guy Abel someone shot up his manager's house last week. Mind you, the weekend is also Canadian. And then someone shot at Drake's house today. So right now the current
war
belief
against
is
Canada?
that the weekend's crew and Drake's crew are now in a gang battle. Are now in a gang war. So that's what's happening there. And no, I don't ever want violence to come from a rap battle
No,
or
none
rap
of us
beef
do.
because it's just a
of course
fucking beef.
not.
Use your words. That's literally what it's about.
Yeah.
We
You know,
already
if
lost
you really
Tupac and
want
Biggie. We
to-
don't need to lose more rappers this way.
If you really want to, go to fucking UFC, set up a pay-per-view, fucking fight it out.
Shawn Michaels tweeted out, "Yo, Drake, Kendrick, come on down. We can settle this in the
Holy
ring."
shit. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
It would be really funny.
Oh shit! But like fucking Friday, you fight with these and you live. You go on.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking go ahead, like break his orbital fucking socket or whatever.
Yeah.
But like fight it and live and like just be the end of it. It would be an insane spectacle that I guarantee would just bring all the fucking money for Dana White.
Oh yeah.
Like he's the one who should jump on this.
Definitely. But no, that's not gonna happen because it's just not gonna happen. Because
That's
at this-
pity.
at-
We
at-
all lose for that.
we do, but like Drake ain't gonna want to fight Kendrick in a fist fight.
he never would.
Get
he would-
destroyed.
Well,
He would be the one who like calls in the mountain as his surrogate to fight. And Kendrick would be in there doing jail exercises.
also Kendrick
in
is
the
very
ring.
small compared to Drake. Like there's a huge height discrepancy there. So that it just wouldn't work. Like
Come on,
in
Drake, you
general.
got the reach. Go for it.
But yeah, so that is where this beef currently is. Of course, if you're a Drake fan, you think Drake is winning. If you're a Kendrick fan, you think Kendrick is winning. If you are a fan of music, you are winning because you got 10 tracks out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Bless
think Kendrick
streaming
won
music.
though. So
Sure.
based purely off the fact that Kendrick's just the better rapper. That's it. He is just the better rapper. Drake
In an
can Drake has so
unquantifiable
many
field.
hits. Drake can put out hits. That's what he does. Happy
Mhm.
for him. He is not the better rapper.
I'd agree with that, and I don't know shit.
Yeah.
So that's 30 minutes. But I love seeing Jordan coming alive over this.
It was an amazing weekend.
It's nuts.
Like
Yeah.
I was constantly scrolling through threads. Like, come on, we gotta get some updates on this. Is there another track? What's happening?
Are
was
you
great.
on like pretty active on Threads?
I mean, I scroll threads like I would be scrolling Twitter at this point.
But like at the like equivalent level, or like
Not for
have you
For
put
me, yeah.
like Twitter behind?
Like I'll now I only use Twitter specifically to look for deals Like,
Mm.
oh, there's a price drop
that's
on this
me.
thing. Like that's basically all I use Twitter for now.
Yeah,
Because
that's me.
literally everyone else is just a fucking bot or no, either a bot or an OnlyFans model. Like that is it on Twitter now.
Yeah.
that too. That's
I'm
annoying.
I'm curious about when people make like a change who were using Twitter to whatever degree and then have made the switch and are now using Threads at that level. I'm always kind of curious, like when and where.
It'll happen the second Elon Musk decides to actually start charging for Twitter, which he's been saying
so
for a
stupid.
very long time now.
Since day one.
Yeah, he's been saying like everyone who's on Twitter right now, it's fine, you don't have to pay. But new people, they're gonna have to start paying to make an account on Twitter, and that's when Twitter dies. That's when it happens.
I just had my Twitter birthday.
Did you?
I'm like, oh, I guess I'll make a tweet about this thing. First tweet in forever.
It
Yeah.
announced when your birthday was?
Yes.
Yeah, like my Twitter anniversary for
I don't
like
even think I saw when mine was.
15 years. For 15 years.
Shit.
Because I jumped onto Twitter fairly early, but then never used it. But like I got that handle.
Yeah.
Like
That's sad.
2011,
Can we not talk about that?
2022? What?
About my original Twitter handle.
I mean, just like a Twitter birthday, like that's just sad.
Leland, where do you fall on this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef?
Yeah, where are you? We know you got a big stake in this.
I would rather eat a bullet than have to hear about them too anymore.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Not because I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay,
love that
that's
Jordan's interested in it because hearing his passion was fun.
Yeah.
But the actual incident and all that nonsense, it does not concern me. It does not. No.
That's fair. I see what you
Yeah, I don't know who these people are. I barely know who Kendrick is, let alone Drake.
It's true.
Yeah.
Kendrick is
Yeah.
not is not
I feel like
not geared towards you.
Yeah, no, and that's fine,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Like that's the beauty of music is that
Yeah.
it can be geared towards anyone and,
Yeah.
and what they're into. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
I barely know. I even at the time I barely knew who Biggie and Tupac were. I know
Oh,
them
yeah.
now,
yeah.
mostly due to you three. It's like,
It took
And
me a
because-
while to come around on Kendrick. The first time I listened to Pimp a Butterfly, I realized, oh, this is not for me at all. This
I
is
think I
not for me.
remember your
Like
reaction
Lud-
to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
That's fine.
Ludacris and
okay.
like your big kind of poppier rap artist Busta and like Jay-Z and those. This is a separate. He is not speaking to an open audience. He is speaking to a specific audience, and I do not exist there.
Conscience.
And I recognize that. And it wasn't until I heard some of the more like the freestyles and stuff, and I kind of backdoored back into Kendrick to being like, he's still not like saying anything with intent to attract me. He is only speaking to his audience.
Yeah.
But I can now recognize the level of skill that he has,
Yeah.
and I do not know. I cannot relate to the stories that he is telling, but I recognize that they come from a place of honesty and truth,
Yeah.
and I can accept them as stories that I just want to experience. And there's a lot of stories. I'll also never hold a lightsaber. Not to say that one is fake and like the other is also fake, but just simply like I can relate to things that aren't about me, and I will and stories that I will not get to live out, in my lifetime.
I mean, you interrupted my speech to make it about you, so continue.
No, you can make it about me. Go ahead.
No, I'm fine. I was just he asked me a question.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd put it down.
No,
I got a good buzz.
He
going.
has the conch.
I
Let
was
him
just
speak.
excited. Look, I like watching Jordan get excited about things, and it always seems to be about Final Fantasy VII, Helldivers, this beef, and that white woman.
Taylor Swift.
Sweeney.
Thank you, Jesus. I literally forgot that bitch's name for 5 seconds.
That's
I took
fine.
a shower.
How dare you?
I was just, I saw my bad.
He could have said a totally different name. Just
You
you didn't say a name at all, and that's okay. Because if it was a different name, I'm sure we'd all.
Like
Yeah.
Jordan's secret passion, he loves Sheryl Crow.
As Kendrick Lamar said, the only Canadian that matters is Carly Rae Jepsen.
What?
I mean, I know that one.
Carly Rae Jepsen. She's fine.
I like watching anyone get excited about something they're passionate about.
Is that Call Me Maybe?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
It
Shut
is.
She
up.
threw a wish in the well. Don't ask. She'll never tell.
I'll never tell.
Buzz or not, I have the conch.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken for 35 minutes.
I know.
No, you don't have to do that.
I do that too. Mew.
Because now I have nothing to say.
I could mute myself too if I just press this. Anyway,
Did
Made me laugh
you
so
just
much.
say a dirty
Did.
word?
I did. I censored myself.
Did you say the dirty word?
Yeah, dirt.
Dirty.
Filthy.
What?
Nasty.
Butts.
You nasty.
No, I find it funny that there's rap beef, and there has been for years, but it's not rap specific. I find it hilarious when musicians all have beef because you're all rich. Stop
There was
it.
that. What was
Just do your thing, and everyone will be happy. But no, y'all wanna be weird.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I'm not rich. Like maybe if we were all rich, we'd all have some sort of beef.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because we wouldn't have anything else to do.
We'd have a barbecue. Clearly. Because that's what people with beef
I
do.
mean, yeah.
Oh,
Um,
that reminds me, since we talked about Taylor. So yeah, at the end of the Taylor made freestyle, Drake says, "I'll make one for the Swifties." So 616 in LA, which you cannot currently listen to on Spotify because there's a Al Green sample on it. So 616 in LA is a play on Drake's timestamp series of songs. So 1, 2, Drake's uncle played the guitar on that sample. 3, Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift's producer, produced the song.
It's crazy when
6
people find this shit.
616 in LA. The cover art was gloves, Maybach gloves. June 16th was the OJ trial when OJ was trying to put on the gloves.
Oh, I was alive for that. I can talk
Yeah.
about that.
So right there, quadruple entendre.
Oh, man.
People are nuts.
He dead.
I heard.
OJ is dead. Yeah.
He is dead.
White people are so happy about it.
I mean, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not unhappy. I mean, the man murdered 2 people.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
I remember the meme.
He did it, but
saying, like,
allegedly.
some people were really happy that he died, and some people got called out for being murderers too.
Who else got called out for being a murderer?
What is it? Caitlyn
Hitler.
Jenner?
Oh no, she murdered a person.
No,
yes.
she
Yeah.
killed someone.
Yeah.
Like Caitlyn
Yeah, that's
Jenner,
why.
Brandy,
'Cause
like
Caitlyn
Halle
Jenner.
Berry?
Caitlyn Jenner said
Halle
something
Berry
about
didn't. She didn't
finally
kill
this-
anybody.
what
Oh
was
no,
it?
she just hit him.
I
She
think
just
she
hit
said,
him.
Like finally,
and then-
his
My bad,
murderer's
my bad.
dead,
Sorry, Halle.
and then it was just like says
Fuck her.
someone said something along the lines says a murderer as well. Like, it's something along those lines. I don't know, but someone
Look,
called
that was
her out.
one of my favorite things was that Halle Berry hit and run that person and then had a little mark on her head, drove home and claimed she didn't know where she was. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't have happened, but she got an Oscar, so I don't know.
so. The funny
She's
thing
very
is,
good at lying.
so while all of this Helldivers and rap beef was happening, on Saturday, me, Steph, our beautiful friend Beck, and Cody, we watched Velma season 2.
Oh no.
We watched the entire. Well, Steph watched the entirety
I
of Velma
watched the
season 2.
entirety of
We
the whole
watched season
season
4,
I
episode
had
4 to
homework
episode 10 because
in
we
the
watched
morning.
3 episodes last week. When I tell you that Velma season 2 is probably the worst fucking thing I've ever watched, it's true. That it is the worst fucking thing I've ever watched. It's just.
I had to. What is it?
I love that that's it. Your statement. That's it. It's the worst thing I've ever
It
watched.
is.
I had to mention how Leland, you told us that these seasons get recorded, that like the both seasons get done.
Typically, yeah.
Typically
2 seasons are
in, like,
greenlit
one-
and then
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So what-
I'm pretty positive they're not going to get a 3 and 4 from the outpour of love that the show has received. But you guys said on Sunday it's supposed to get some sort of like Halloween
We're-
special.
Yeah,
They're probably
they're
gonna do
having
a Halloween special
special
for it.
because they
Probably.
literally told you
That was probably
that it was
already
gonna
part of the
probably
deal
be
in
in
the first 2
Halloween.
seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
bad.
don't know.
Season 2 is instantly worse than season 1.
Even when I
then-
had home, oh, go on.
Yes, keep going, Steph. You go.
When I had homework to watch it that morning to be able to watch it for the watch party, I could not pay attention. That's how just not interested I was in the whole thing, to the point that I had to stop it, put all my stuff down and watch it, and it was just like, I'm absorbing nothing from this. Like, it's not enjoyable, it's not funny, it's very try too hard to me, and unnecessary name drops. Where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, you're just name dropping to be relevant.
A lot of the jokes are
It's
just
like it
name
has
drops.
nothing to do with stuff.
But whose names do they drop?
Raul,
Rahul Kohli,
Rahul
Beyonce.
Beyonce,
um,
they had a seance, Leland, a seance.
Yeah.
And then
it-
Beyonce's song played. And when it happened, I was wondering how Jordan felt.
I don't.
I didn't
want
recognize
to-
the song. I don't like Beyonce.
No, I know you don't, but when they said Beyonce and then
I
said
don't want to
seance,
think-
I got mad. And
I
then
don't. I mean,
And then Haunted by Beyonce started to play, and then I think Beck pointed out
the
this might.
fuck happened?
Jesus Christ.
That's when a ghost
Did you just have an
happened.
explosion?
Jordan just got abducted by aliens.
Oh God, it's because I pissed off the beehive.
Oh no.
You gotta
Sorry,
be
They know
Very
careful.
she's
Hive.
bad too. They know she's bad too. I legitimately think that's a good joke, but I think hearing you say it made it funny. I don't think I would laugh in the actual
If you
joke.
saw, if they had the
Yeah.
seance,
Yeah.
yeah.
Every time you say it, it's funny.
because when it happened, it was just kind of like they were having a seance,
Yeah.
right? And then I forgot why Beyonce got mentioned, but someone goes, "We should have a seance," and I was like, "You're so dumb! Like you're so stupid,
No, no,
so stupid."
There was
And
no
then
reason to
it
bring Beyonce
played.
into it. They
Yeah.
just inserted it.
Then her music started
Lord.
playing, and I think Beck pointed out that's probably what is it, the Warner Brother rights, like just to play her music because her song was playing in the episode, had nothing to fucking do with the whole show.
Yeah.
But Haunted by Beyonce was playing. I think I think that was the second time in my life I've ever heard that song.
I've never
But
heard that song in my life.
it
I
was
still
playing.
say I haven't heard that song in my life. Anyway, I am going to spoil Velma season 2 in about 10 seconds. If you really want to watch that piece of shit show, stop
Really?
listening because I am about to spoil what happens in season 2. Okay? That is your warning. So Scrappy Doo shows up and for some Scrappy Doo is murdering all these white men and biting their dicks off. And he's doing it
Yeah.
because
thing.
these collection of men these collection of men like were shaming Scrappy for some reason. In the Velma universe, there's a thing that the military is working on called Project Scooby. And Project Scooby is basically taking the brain of one person and putting it into the body of another person. So they did this with Scrappy. So they took a human brain, put it into a dog, and now he's a crazy dog. Voiced by Jason Mantzoukas, doing the same character he does in every single thing he's in.
Yeah, but I like that when he does it.
I do too. That's what pissed me off about it. I really I enjoyed Jason Mantzoukas as an unhinged Scrappy Doo because it just really, really fit. And then the main murderer is referred to as Uncle Scooby. Mind you, Scooby-Doo is not in this show at all, period. He is not. Still. He is never going to be in the show because they fucking hate Scooby-Doo in the Velma universe. In this author insert fanfic of Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo does not appear in it.
You know what'd be great about Scooby Doo? Not doing Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it's absolute insanity. It's
Why are you fucking here?
I don't know.
anyway, They defeat Scrappy by the military calling a missile strike on Fred's mansion, and the missile very narrowly misses Daphne, who was holding on to a rope ladder from a helicopter, and it hits Scrappy square in the chest, and him and Fred's mansion explodes. And then you find out, oh no, Scrappy survives because he's a fucking bioengineered super being.
He's a Terminator?
Basically, but bioorganic. And then he walks out the fire like he's about to go and start murdering everybody. And then Velma possesses him and he dies. Yes, Velma is dead and she's a ghost, and ghosts are real in this universe. And they established that 2 episodes ago. Like, it's so fucking stupid. They end the show with Velma being dead and say, "Oh, we have to do something probably on Halloween," and that's the
Yeah,
Halloween
it was
special.
very
is gonna be about.
obvious, so that's why we know there's something gonna happen on Halloween.
Wow.
I don't know. Mindy.
Kaling
is it?
sucks.
Yeah, she can fuck off.
I just like
She
I don't know.
sucks
Like
so
I said,
hard.
it's what did you guys say? Velma is her fan.
Author insert fanfic.
Yeah, because I don't. Okay, from someone who doesn't watch much of Scooby Doo ever.
How
like,
dare you?
In of a lot of. I don't know. No one's ever watched it with me,
Fine, it's
and
fine.
I also never went out of my way to watch it. That's my. I'll meet someone halfway with that, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like to watch Velma and be like, are like real fans mad? Because like,
Yes.
even I'm coming in and I'm just like, even for a new person into this, I'm just kind of like, this real sucks. And
You
it
were
just
there with
seems
me and
very
Beck.
much.
We were both frustrated the whole time.
Yeah, it just seems very much like Mindy just made this her own show and just did whatever she wanted with it, but just having Velma
Be the worst fucking character in the whole goddamn show.
Yeah,
She
you
sucks so hard.
every time you think that she's like turning around and really understanding something, she slaps you in the fucking face with her just selfishness again. And I'm just like, yeah, you really suck. You're not good. She would be Rachel in Glee. That's very much what it is. Like the same character where it's like she just turned this about her and everything somehow all her fucking everything she wants somehow will always cater to her. She never puts other people's feelings into account. She's selfish. I just don't like her. So then watching her, I'm just like, God, I don't like you.
Tell me, what is the defining characteristics of Velma Dinkley in Scooby Doo? This is for
Lesbian.
Anthony and Leland. Okay, yes,
Oh,
lesbian.
outside of this show?
Yeah, like what is she really? What does she bring?
What
Not
is
in a mean
Velma
way, I
Dinkley
just
She's
need
known
to
to
know.
be?
she smarts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the smart one.
Yeah.
She's
Brains
the
and-
analytical skeptic. Usually she's
Clumsy.
the Dana Scully. And then sometimes she's clumsy.
Okay.
Sometime bitch drops her glasses more than anybody else does.
Oh yeah, she's always
Yeah.
doing this. There's always like
The-
she
I-
can't see.
Out of everything you
Yes,
just said,
I've seen the OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh.
God, Jordan.
I mean, it was funny, but I don't know if it was like stop the show funny. I mean, he's done better.
it's because that caught me off guard.
Oh, okay,
Drove him
fair
off
enough.
the rail, off
was
the
like-
road.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, legitimately, I think he's been funnier in this episode.
out of the things that you described Velma as being, the only thing that is still there is that she doesn't believe in ghosts. That's it.
And then becomes a ghost.
And then becomes a ghost. Yeah,
But that's called irony.
sure. But she's not smart.
That's the way
She's
that
not
Alanis
analytical.
Morissette
Yeah,
taught
I was
us.
like, I was gonna follow up with the other part of the song.
That's just called ironic.
Ironic, yeah.
God, it's such
It's
a
like
bad show.
rain. Yeah, it's not good. Well, this is the thing.
hopefully
When we
after this year, we'll never hear of it again.
Yeah, when we were about to watch and we were having issues, I was just like, there's plenty of other things that we could watch that I'm sure I would enjoy. And I started looking at all the different things for a watch party that we could all watch and enjoy until it worked.
I heard Dead Boy Detective is great.
And then 3 hours later, I was just like, 3 hours I can't get back. and an hour and a half of my morning that I can't get back.
Invincible
either.
season 2.
But the
was
best
not
thing
good.
is, after we finished watching all of Velma, we got to listen to some Kendrick. So
That was fine.
it all worked
Yeah,
out.
that was fine. That was fine.
It
for
all
me,
worked
man.
out for Jordan.
It just, it was something.
Jordan's very best weekend.
Something. Oof. Oof.
Well, that seems as good as any place to wrap it up for the night. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you everyone in chat for pitching in and putting your words into the
Chat.
ether there.
Word
I was
machine.
trying to think of a word that wasn't chat, but was like something more ethereal, a little more ephemeral. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, everybody. You are all fantastic human beings, and we love having you here with us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the live here on Twitch League of Ridiculous Conversations thing that we do. You are all super cool. If you want to get more of this, we are on the social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter by searching League of Ridiculous Conversations or simply at LORC Podcasts. We are here on Twitch at twitch.tv/LORC podcast. And if you want to watch all of this, if you came in late and want to catch all of the animated hijinks of Jordan as he regaled us with the epic story that was Kendrick v. Drake, find us on YouTube. We are there, and you can catch this whole stream in its video format there. If you want to hit me up on the internet, you can find me at Spooky the 13th on Instagram and the Twitter. And in alphabetical order, the rest of us are at.
You can find me on most social media platforms. At Jordan is a Bear. Am I going to stream again? Who knows? Go watch Jet Extremis, who's over there in the chat. He streams a lot more than I do. So go and do that. Leland.
You can find me on Instagram at Leland Pierce Art. I do art. It's Mermaid. I'm drawing a bunch of X-Men.
They're great.
Which is
Mermaids.
fantastic.
As one you do.
You should see Mr. Sinister. It looks so cool.
Sinister was pretty rad. Mojo was
So-
good too.
Mojo was really good.
Wait till my Wolverine. That's the one I'm proud of the most.
Right on. I do
I'm
feel
gonna
you're
stay him to the end.
you're kind of stretching your artistic muscles with some of these.
Yeah.
I mean, Mojo. But I like Mojo for this.
As a character, but like of what you're doing in there, you're
Yeah.
doing things that you don't normally do. And I always get excited when you try new stuff.
Steph, where can they find you on the internet where you post shit?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Stephanoids. That's STPHUHNOIDS. I post shit
Word.
sometimes.
For sure.
So until next week, thank you everybody. You are all amazing human beings. We love you very much. And we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.